Aston Villa are your current leaders over in the Champions League. That's right, as they top the table with 3 wins over a possible 3. In fact, it's an all-English top 3. Will they all make it through to the next round? We're going to get into that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today, it's all about match number 4, that's right, in this year's Champions League. We'll get to that in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button. You want to stop shop for Champions League, Blackburn Rovers, World Football. We're going to all hear under one Rooski. Joining those English clubs, should I say, are the likes of Monaco and Brest from Ligue 1. It's the Farmers League. Goodness gracious me. Doing A-OK thus far with yet no defeats amongst them. But what will go on in match number 4, we'll take a look at that in a second. If you're new again, subscribe, check out the links down below, of course. But let's turn the clock back to match day number 3. Look at my picks, your picks, and of course, get on with the show. All right, and then folks, let's turn the clock back to match number 3 and review the last results. Here they are in all their glory, guys, as you see it. We're going to run through them one by one. Milan picking up a big 3-1 win over Brugge over in Italy. I went with a 2-0 win myself. Monaco with a big 5-1 win over Red Star Belgrade. I went with a 2-0 win on that one as well. PSV did draw with PSG in La France. I went with a win for the home side. Madrid came back from behind. 5-2 winners over Dortmund. I went with a 3-0 win myself. Arsenal 1-0 winners over Shakhtar Donetsk in London. Juventus losing at home to Stuttgart, which was a bit of a surprise. Villa with a 2-0 win over Bologna. Got that one spot on the nose. Girona with a big 2-0 win over Bratislava. Close to the money on that one. Sturm Graz lost at home to Sporting, who are about to lose their coach, it looks like, as he's off to Manchester United. Meanwhile, Atalanta with a 0-0 draw against Celtic, with Brest and Leverkusen with a 1-1 draw in La France. Barcelona with a big 4-1 win over Bayern. Who saw that one coming? Man City putting 5 past Brugge, 3-0 winners in my eyes. Leipzig with that 1-0 win over, Liverpool with that 1-0 win over Leipzig. I went with a 2-1 win myself. Lille with a big 3-1 away win over Atletico Madrid. Who saw that? Feyenoord also beating Benfica on the road. Zagreb also beating Salzburg, and Inter beating Young Boys Burn. Now that are my picks. This is of course the table as you see it after 3 games. So trouble up ahead for Leipzig. Yet got a point so far. PSV, Atletico and AC Milan in the relegation zone right now. Now this, if you finish here at the end of the league phase, you are out, done and dusted. But if you do finish between 9th and 24th, just like Arsenal, just like Girona and Bayern, then of course you've got a bit of work to do. Am I right in thinking that that's Bayern have got 2 defeats thus far in this competition? It looks to be the case. They're down there with a couple. Yes, so not great for Vinny Company's boys or PSG. They're not out, but they of course will have to go the long way round in this competition. So a lot of work to do for Real Madrid, Dortmund, of course, because currently when you look at the top 8. There's quite a few surprises in there. Yeah, no disrespect, but Brest, Monaco, even Aston Villa, who'd have thunk them to be in the top 8 at this stage? So looking good for those guys, as also looking good for these guys, including me, of course, picking up top bills this past weekend, wearing the yellow cap alongside Macca with a 22-point haul over in our Champions League Prediction League. Gaffer Punter up there with 18.5 alongside the Rampage. If you see your name in there, you know what to do is that's, of course, get your predictions in right here, right now. Pin Predicts up there as well. Yeah, for VMPP, of course, names from the past. Hans Worst also in there in the thick of things. What about the overall leaderboard? Well, it's actually Gillespie Ghosts. 52 points for him right now. Pin Predict also in there in the top 2. As for me, I should be on the move. Up 3 spots to number 11. Coming at you, guys. I'm coming at you. So stand by and hold your glasses because I'm coming at you this week. If you want to get involved, this is the link. It is 100% free, so get in amongst it and see if you can out-predict me, because nobody did last week. Okay, let's get into the next round of games. And these are those guys. They're coming at you thick and fast. I'm going to start by looking at Tuesday's games, which are coming at you on the 5th of November. Alrighty then, folks, here we go with the first one. It's PSV up against Girona, coming at you at the Philips Stadium over in the Deutschlands. PSV currently managed by Peter Boas. They sit 28th right now, just 2 points to name. Up against Girona, who are in 24th with 3 points to name. Now, these two sides have never played each other, according to my eyes. wise. But PSV looking good right now, unbeaten in the last 7 matches. And also pretty good at home, unbeaten in the last 6. Girona, though, 2 wins the last 6. Pretty grim stuff for them right now. But they're coming into this on the back of a 2-0 win over Slovan Bratislava in this competition. PSV picked up a massive draw against PSG in La France most recently. And we do have odds right here, right now. We have 11-8 on is your PSV, 10-3 is your Girona, 29-10 is the draw. Bookies going for the hosts on this one. I think I am leaning for the hosts as well. 2-1 winners, PSV, big victory in the Philips Stadium. Head over to Slovakia now as Slovan Bratislava take on Dinamo Zagreb in a bit of a Eastern European crunch clash at the National Football Stadium, aka the Telenopol Stadion. Slovan Bratislava under Vladimir Weiss, they're all the way down in a 36 right now. No points thus far. Just 1 defeat though in the last 5 in all competitions. Zagreb though sit 22nd with 4 points to the name. Just 1 defeat in the last 6 for them. Combinacha. Their most recent match was a big victory for Zagreb, 2-0 winners over Salzburg. Slovan Bratislava, they did lose to Girona most recently in a very, very busy schedule they've had. Look at the odds. 5-2 is your Bratislava. Even Stevens is your Zagreb. 13-5 is the draw. Tricky one. Could be a draw. Leaning towards a draw. 1-1 in the end over in Slovakia. Let's go to Germany now as Borussia Dortmund try to get themselves or continue a decent start to the competition. They sit 11th with 6 points to the name. Up against Sturm Graz, who are all the way down at the 32nd with 0 points to the name. They played just the one time. It was a friendly, so let's not look into that. But Dortmund's form is pretty shitty right now as of recording. 4 defeats in the last 5. They, of course, on 33% form for them. They haven't won. Their home form is pretty good, though, winning 9 home matches in a row. It's their away form, which causing them problems. Sturm Graz, though, 4 wins in the last 6. Of course, with the most recent match in this comp, being a 2-0 loss to Sporting Lisbon. Dortmund came close to Madrid. They caused a bit of a stir, 2-0 up, I think, at half-time, but losing 5-2 in the end. The odds here, 6-1 on is your Dortmund, 11-1 is your Sturm Graz, 15-2 is the draw. I think he's on borrowed time, Nuri Zarin. I think he will not last it out for the season, but he'll win this game. 3-0 winners over at the Signal Iduna Park. All right, what a game we got on our hands here. It's the Xabi Alonso derby. It's Liverpool under Arne Slot, under Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen. They have played 4 times since 2005, 4 wins out of 4 for Liverpool, up against the Leverkusen side, who are unbeaten in at least the last 6 games. In fact, they haven't lost in the last 10 matches. Liverpool also pretty unbeaten right now. They're on 92% form and are also unbeaten in at least the last 9. They sit 2nd with 9 points compared to Leverkusen 6th with 7 points, also unbeaten in this competition. The last time they played competitively at this venue was a 3-1 win for Liverpool way back in February 2005. Liverpool last time around picked up a 1-0 win over Germans, which was the Leipzig. Meanwhile, Leverkusen could only draw against STAR Brest in Brest most recently. The odds, though, here, we're looking at Liverpool are 20-13 on. They are overwhelming favourite here. 7-2 is your Leverkusen, and 16-5 is the draw. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I think this could be a bit of a problem here for Liverpool, but I think they'll get something out of it. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw at Anfield to continue their unbeaten start in this year's Champions League. Let's go over to Bernabeu now, over in Spain, as Real Madrid will take on AC Milan in a bit of heavyweight European crunch clash. Played 13 times since 2002. 6 wins for Real Madrid, 4 wins for AC Milan. There's been 3 draws between the two sides. Of course, Real Madrid are in 12th right now, 6 points to the name. Up against AC Milan, who are struggling. They're on 25th in the table. Just 3 points thus far in this Champions League. Now, the last time they played in competitive action, you got to go back. I don't even know. They played 13 times, but the last competitive game was back in November 2010. It was a 2-2 draw in Milan. The last time they played in Spain, it was a 2-0 for Real Madrid back in October. The same competition in Euro Champions League group phase. Real Madrid with that 5-2 win over Dortmund, of course, coming into this with a recent 4-0 spanking by Barcelona. AC Milan picked up that 3-1 win over Bruges to get themselves right back in the thick of things for this competition. 50-8 on is Real Madrid, 90-4 is Milan, 10-3 the draw. Should be 1 winner though. Real Madrid at home, no brainer, 3-1 win for the hosts. Off to Glasgow we go now. I don't even know what accent that was. It's Celtic. It's RB Leipzig coming at you on the 5th of November. They have played each other 4 times since 2018. 1 win for Celtic, 3 for Leipzig. No draws thus far. Celtic, though, 20th in the table. 4 points to the name. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. Up against Leipzig, just 1 defeat in the last 4. They're on 67% form for them, but yet to get a point in this year's competition. Now, they last played competitively at this venue. It was a 3-1 win. Tell a lie. It was a 2-0 win for Leipzig back in October 2022. Leipzig, though, last time around in this comp did lose to Liverpool at home. Celtic picking up a 0-0 draw. Big solid point against Atalanta over in Italy. The odds for this one, 9-4 is your Celtic, even Stevens is your Leipzig, 29-10 is the draw, which I think will be that. I think I'm leaning towards a draw here. So this is a good point for Celtic. I think they're doing all right now. Leipzig's first point on the board, a big one on the road. So yeah, 1-1 in the end over in Glasgow. Meanwhile, let's head over to Lille, that's right, over in La France as they take on a Juventus side. Sitting in mid-table, 14th of the table, up against Lille, who are 15th. Both have got 6 points thus far, but they never played each other, according to my eyes. They're heading over to the Stade Pierre-Mauroy, with Lille on 90% form under Bruno Ginesso, up against Juventus and Thiago Motta. Of course, the Italians just one win in the last 4 for them in all competitions and all venues, but they did lose last time around against Stuttgart in Turin. In this competition, Lille picking up a big, massive statement win against Atletico to get themselves right back in the thick of things. The odds, though, for this one, Lille are 70-10 for the victory. 70-10 is Juventus also, so the bookies cannot decide. 21-10 is the draw here. I think I might be bold here. I think I might have gone with the bold home victory here. 3-1 win. Yes, I have. What am I thinking? Going bold, going with it. For the Frenchies to take all 3 points. And then, of course, completing Tuesday's games, it is a bit of a spicy one. Sporting Lisbon up against Manchester City, coming out to the Estadio Jose Alvarade. Now, they have played 5 times since 2010, 2 wins a piece and 1 draw. Currently, as of recording, which will probably change within 24 hours, if not that, but Sporting Lisbon are managed by Ruben Amorim, who is looks set to become the next Manchester United manager, of course, who are bitter rivals of those of Manchester City. So a bit of a spicy thing there. Of course, who will take over the reign from Amorim? We'll have to wait and see. But last time they played, these two sides competitively at this venue was a 5-0 win for Manchester City, goodness gracious me. But Sporting on the back of they're sitting in 8th right now, 7 points over possible 9, 5 wins on the bounce. Up against Man City, who are in 3rd, also on 7 points, 5 wins on the bounce as well. Both sides on 92% form for them. Combinacha, last time in this competition, Sporting picking up a, what did they get here? They got a 2-0 win over Sturm Graz. City putting 5 past Sparta Prague on this one. The odds, 10-3 is your Sporting, 11-8 on is your City, 29-10 is the draw. Even Stevens in the rankings, going to go with a 3-1 win there for City against the Sporting side, who are probably going to lose their coach between now and then. All right then, folks, I did lie. This is actually the last game on Tuesday, the 5th of November. It's Bologna. It's Monaco coming at you with Renato D'Alia. Bologna under Vincenzo Italiano up against Monaco and Adi Hüttler. That's right. Never played each other according to my data. Bologna all the way down into 29th with just 1 point to the name. Just 1 win in the last 6 as well in all competitions and all venues. Monaco are in 4th, 7 points to the name. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. Coming into this, Monaco putting 5 past Red Star Belgrade last time around. Bologna losing to Aston Villa over at Villa Park. But the odds for this one, tricky one it is. 13-8 is your Bologna, 8-5 is your Monaco, 23-10 is the draw. Monaco have been good so far in this competition. I think they'll continue to get points, add it to their chart, but unfortunately they're not going to get the W. Going to go with a draw, 1-1 over in Italy this coming match day. Over to Belgium we go now. It's Club Brugge up against Aston Villa coming out of the Jan Breydel Stadium. Bruges all the way down to 26th, 3 points to the name with Nicky Hayden in charge up against Unai Emery and Aston Villa, who are top of the pots, 9 points over possible 9. They're unbeaten in the last 6 matches as well. Yet to play each other, these two sides. Villa on the back of that 2-0 win over Bologna. Bruges losing to Milan most recently, of course, with their only 3 points coming with the away win against Sturm Graz. The bookies, though, will go with Villa here, 21-20 for the victory. 5-2 is your Bruges. 12-5 is the draw. Can Villa compete on multiple fronts? They're doing well right now. I think that will continue this time around with a 2-0 win for Villa to maintain their number 1 status at the halfway mark. So good stuff for Villa, good stuff for the Premier League, and good stuff for the Champions League. Meanwhile, we'll go over to Germany as Shakhtar Donetsk will have their game moved to a neutral venue at the Veltins Arena in Schalke up against Young Boys Bern of Switzerland, taking place here at this very venue. Shakhtar, though, of course, under Mariano Pursic's stewardship, have played Young Boys Bern 5 times since 2008, 3 wins and 2 defeats between these two sides. Of course, last time they played in competitive action, it was when Shakhtar were hosts, it was a 2-0 win way back in July 2016. Shakhtar, though, all the way down to 29th with just 1 point to the name, 50% form for them, 2 wins, 2 defeats, and 2 draws over the last 6. Young Boys Bern all the way down to 34th, yet to get a point, just 1 win all the last 6 matches. The most recent match, there was a 1-0 loss to Inter in Switzerland. Shakhtar losing to Arsenal in London. The odds here, 11-10 is your Shakhtar, 9-4 is your Young Boys Burn, and 13-5 is the draw here. Going to be tough here, but I'm going to go with the hosts, which will be Shakhtar on this account over at the Veltins Arena. One of the winners to give themselves their first win of the campaign. Stick it in Germany. We're going to go to Bayern's home ground, aka the Allianz Arena, as they take on Benfica, coming at you on the 6th of November. Bruno Lager's Benfica on 83% form for them right now, just one defeat in the last 6. Of course, 13th for the table, 6 points to the campaign, up against Bayern and Vinny Company, all the way down to 23rd, just 3 points to the campaign on 50% form. 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2 over the last 6. They've played 7 times since 2007. 5 wins for Bayern, 1 win for Benfica. There's been 1 draw between the two sides. The last time they played here at the Allianz Arena, it was a 5-2 win for Bayern. That was the return fixture, of course, in the Champions League in the 2021-2022 campaign. Bayern scoring 9 goals total over two games against Benfica in that competition. In fact, if you want to put up with the last 3, they've scored 14 goals against Benfica in the last 3 matches. Benfica, though, picking up a loss last time against Feyenoord. Bayern on the back of a 4-1 loss to Barcelona, who look the real bloody deal, don't they, right now? Of course, coming at you in this competition and, of course, domestically. Looking at the odds right here, right now, we're looking at Bayern 3-1 on for the victory, 6-1 is your Benfica, 19-4 is the draw. Bayern should bounce back here with another win, for a second win, to maybe boost their chances of getting into that top end of the table. Let's go over to Milan now as Internazionale take on Arsenal at the Giuseppe Meazza. That's right, Internazionale in 7th with 7 points out of a possible 9. Up against Arsenal, also on 7 points, but sitting in 9th as of right now. Played 3 times in 2003, 1 win for Inter, 2 for Arsenal. No draws, of course. The last time they played competitively at this venue was a 5-1 win for Arsenal, goodness gracious me, back in November 2003. Arsenal, though, did pick up a 1-0 win over Shakhtar most recently, Inter with the same scoreline, a 1-0 away win against Young Boys Bern. The odds here, 70-10 is your Inter, 70-10 is your Arsenal, 21-10 is the draw. The bookies don't know what they're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, just like the bookies cannot separate the two sides. Can you? Meanwhile, over to France we go. It's PSG up against Atletico in what this competition is all about, these heavyweight crunch clashes in the league phase. It's Luis Enrique's PSG sitting in 19th, 4 points to the name, just 1 defeat in the last 6 up against Atletico. To what we're looking at, 1 win in the last 6. Grim stuff for Diego Simeone's boys. They're all the way down to 27th right now. They played twice since 2009, 1 win and 1 draw between these two sides. They've not met competitively, according to my eyes, in recent years. I'm not too sure about that. Anyway, PSG on the back of that 1-1 draw against PSV at this very venue. Atletico losing last time around at home, which was a bit of a surprise. I think it was against Lille. The odds 4-3 on is your PSG, 50-4 is your Atletico. Of course, the draw is at 13-5. Of course, PSG should win this one. Atletico are on the ropes right now, and of course, could be a bit of a crisis point for Diego Simeone as manager for Atletico Madrid. Back to the Netherlands we go now. This time we're heading over to Rotterdam as Feyenoord will take on RB Salzburg of Austria, taking place at the Stadion Feyenoord. Of course, the Dutchies under Brian Priske, they currently find themselves 16th in the table, 6 points over possible 9. 5 wins on the bounce for them. Coming at you up against the Salzburg side, all the way down to 34th, just 1 win in the last 5. As Pippin Linders, who's a Dutchie, up against a club familiar to his, where he's from, I guess. 2 wins, 2 times they played since 2019. 1 win apiece, but both of those games were friendlies. Feyenoord on the back of that 3-1 win over Benfica. Big win on the road there. Of course, Salzburg losing at home to Zagreb most recently. The odds here for this one, we're looking at Feyenoord 5-3 on for the victory, 29-10. The draw, 19-4 is your away win. The Dutchies should come out on top here, going with just a basic 1-0 win, nothing fancy. Get over the line and 3 points to maintain a great start so far for Feyenoord. Head over to Serbia now as Red Star Belgrade take on Barcelona, coming at you at the Stadio Ratko Mladic. Of course, Red Star currently find themselves all the way down to 33rd right now. No points thus far. Barcelona not doing the greatest. They're sitting in 10th with just 6 points to the name, but they've won 5 on the bloody bounce. Including that 4-0 win over Real Madrid, a 4-1 win over Bayern. But the last time in this, and that was the last time they played in this competition. Meanwhile, Red Star Belgrade on the back of a 5-1 win themselves over Spartak. But their last time they played in this competition, they were lost 5-1 themselves. In fact, the last 3 games Red Star played, it was a 5-1 scoreline. 2 wins for Red Star 5-1 and 1 defeat. 5-1. Goodness gracious me. Goals galore, you would say. Anyway, the odds for this one, we're looking at, what are we looking at? Red Star Belgrade, 11-1 for the victory, 5-1 on Isya. Barcelona, 6-1 is your draw. It is a tricky place to go, is Red Star Belgrade, of course. But Barcelona should have too much quality, too much class. Going to go with a 3-0 win for them on the road. Let's head over to Czechia now as Sparta Prague take on Brest. That's right, I've done fantastic thus far in this competition. The last three, Sparta Prague currently find themselves 21st in the table with 4 points to their name. Just one win though in the last 6 matches. Meanwhile, Star Brest under Eric Roy, they sit 5th with 7 points to their name. Of course, unbeaten in those last 5. The last time they played though in this competition, Brest picking up a 1-1 draw against Leverkusen. Good solid point that was. Sparta Prague on the back of that 5-0 drubbing by Man City. It's actually been back-to-back goalless affairs for Sparta Prague. So they need to find the back of the net and fast. 27-20 is your hosts. 15-8 is your visitors. 12-5 is the draw. Will it be a cheeky Brest or will it be a cheeky Sparta Prague? I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Brest to continue their amazing start in this competition and maybe even can seriously consider a top 8 finish in this league so far. And then finally, folks, heading back over to Germany now. That's Stuttgart take on Atalanta at the MHP Arena. Of course, Stuttgart coming at you at 18th at the table, 4 points to the name. Currently managed by Sebastian Hoeneß. Up against Atalanta and Gian Piero Casperini in 17th with 5 points to the name. Of course, just one defeat in the last 6 for Stuttgart. Atalanta are unbeaten in the last 6. And of course, coming at you with a draw against Celtic most recently. Stuttgart, though, on the flip, picking up a 1-0 monster win against Juventus in Turin most recently. The odds right here, right now, 23-20 is your Stuttgart, 11-5 is, of course, your Atalanta, and 13-5 is the draw. Bookies are going in favour, I think, of the Germans here. I think I'm also leaning towards a Germany point. I'm going to go with a 1-1 in the end, kind of ending it on a bit of a whimper here. Sitting on the fence, Stuttgart getting a point, Atalanta getting a point to continue their okay starts to the Champions League phase. That, my friends, completes my picks. Don't forget to get your own picks in as well with our prediction league. I'm excited to see if you can outpredict me this time around. I don't think you can because I'm in the best. But until then, subscribe, smash the like. Catch you later, guys and girls. We are done right now.